Spoiler alert! For the most part of the Rings of Power Season 2, Sauron has maintained his position of authority. His primary interest appears to be Númenor. In the climax of Season 1 of the Rings of Power, Sauron, posing as Halbrand, joined the armies of Númenor in their costly campaign against Adar in the Southlands.
Must we go to war again? You told me Sauron was dead.
Following that, they went back to their house and concentrated on their own political conflict, leaving Sauron to wreak havoc on Middle-earth by forming the Rings of Power. In the second season of the Rings of Power, actor Charlie Vickers portrays Sauron, who mainly consists of tricking Celebrimbor into making rings for the dwarves. Notably, Sauron has gone to considerable measures to persuade the elven craftsmen to create rings for men, despite his professed eagerness to do so.
Our work begins now.
For reasons related to the Second Age of Middle-earth's history, Sauron regards Númenor as a serious threat.
Are you asking me to leave?
Welcome to Movie Spy. During the Second Age, the Númenorians played a crucial role in bringing Sauron to an end. Some events from J.R.R. Tolkien's lore do not exist in the canon of the Rings of Power, since the show modifies the Lord of the Rings timeline. In the books, more than a millennium before characters like Elendil, Ar-Pharazôn, and Miriel were born, the Númenorian monarch Tar-Minastir dispatches a fleet to support the elves in their conflict with Sauron. Around that time, Númenor started to build the little communities that are depicted as already existing in the TV series in Middle-earth. There was another occasion when Númenor sailed against Sauron, and the TV series should depict the second one. Ar-Pharazôn, the usurper monarch, went to Mordor with a vast Númenorian fleet in order to challenge Sauron. He brought with him such a great force that the Dark Lord gave up. Capturing Sauron on Númenor by Ar-Pharazôn ultimately led to the demise of the kingdom. In the 6th episode of Season 2, Pharazôn hinted to this by seeing Sauron through the use of the Palantir. Shortly after causing Númenor to collapse, Sauron retaliated by bringing down the Númenorians. Once captured, Sauron whispered in Ar-Pharazôn's ear and turned into an internal blight upon Númenor. Although Sauron's manipulation of Galadriel and Celebrimbor was witnessed in the Rings of Power, it did not cause the same degree of direct destruction as Sauron's manipulation of Pharazôn in Tolkien's tale. Currently, Pharazôn leads a faction that is jealous of the elves' immortality and angry at the Valar for not bestowing the same gift upon them, dividing Númenor politically. Pharazôn had already usurped Miriel's throne due to political instability. Miriel adheres to a more conventional perspective that views Númenor and the elves as allies. It is likely that this struggle will only get worse, providing Sauron with an opening to unleash even more mayhem. In Tolkien's The Silmarillion and other works, Ar-Pharazôn's fear of dying causes him to fall prey to Sauron's deception. The Númenorians build temples and start ritual sacrifices in honor of Morgoth after Sauron persuades them that doing so will grant them immortality. In his final extreme move against Númenor, Sauron persuades Ar-Pharazôn to lead his fleet in direct combat with the Valar. With a vast fleet behind them, the Númenorians set out towards Valinor in the west. Around Ar-Pharazôn and his army, the earth erupts, covering them in a massive mound of dirt created by Ilúvatar, the creator of the world. Then a massive wave submerged the island of Númenor, killing everything that remained, including the physical form of Sauron. The history of Sauron and the Númenorians goes back to the First Age, when the Edain took part in the war against the Morgoths. Sauron shared Morgoth's ambition to create life during the First Age, although it was kept a secret from the Valar and the Maiar, only known to Ilúvatar. He sided with Morgoth as a result, and at the time he was regarded as his most reliable lieutenant. Although Númenor's history predates the Second Age, the kingdom was founded during that time. The men of the First Age, known as the Edain, fought alongside the elves in the War of the Jewels, ultimately leading to Morgoth's destruction. The Edain were given the island of Númenor by the Valar as a reward for their assistance to the elves, which established their lineage. Their lineage extended from the Númenorians to the Dunedain during the Third Age, ultimately reaching Aragorn. Consequently, the honorable men of Middle-earth have been a constant source of trouble for him throughout his life. Viewers of the Rings of Power will witness the resolution of his conflict with Númenor, maybe around Season 3. Thank you for watching.